Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Globally Connected podcast. My name is Jerome.
Hi guys, I'm Gigi.
Welcome you all to another podcast. Today is going to be a very good episode because today we are going to introduce you guys to us, tell you all a little more about us so you can get to know us, get to know who you're talking to, just business aside. We want you all to personally get to know a bit about us, who we are, etc., our interests, etc. So let's get started. While we get started, Gigi, you want to tell them where you are reporting from? Because you seem like you're in a very interesting place. So you want to tell them where you're
Yeah,
reporting?
sure. So I am recording from here. It is in Pattaya in Thailand, and it's a beach town. And this is like they have cute little wooden cabin homes. So it's quite cute here for a couple days, and then going back to the city. It's a bit chaotic and polluted out there. So yeah, it's good to get away.
Now, if y'all remember episode one, the life of a digital nomad. So see, this is a prime example. So how has it been? Before we get into our episode, just want to know how has it been being out there? What's the vibes like? Just what's the atmosphere like? And do you feel refreshed? How you feeling?
Yeah, um, the vibes are great out here. I have some awesome friends here, Bonnie and Iman, so it's good to spend time with them and vibe in nature at the beach. We went downtown too last night to downtown Pattaya, and there's like a very hectic street. So, yeah, it's nice. I think Thailand is really cool like that because there's like a balance of everything. Like, you can go to a very peaceful place, you can go to a more loud place, you can eat fried rice for breakfast, which Jerome just made fun of me for.
Mhm.
you can,
Horrible.
but but then you can also have like fruits or whatever you want. So
My type of vibe.
there's just yeah, there's many options here of everything. So it's quite interesting.
That's what's up. Well, I'll get us started. As you guys know, or for those of you who don't know, my name is Jerome. Um, 29 years of age. Um, what else? What's some interesting? Based in New York City, which is my favorite city in the world. I lived in Atlanta, which is where I met Gigi. So I guess I'll give context about me and her, and then she could do the same. We just go back and forth. So we met
Yeah.
in 2020, August 2020, not in person, but we met virtually. We both went to Georgia State University and attended um, the J. Mac Robinson College of Business Masters International Business Program. And I'll let her tell the story how we actually, our very first interaction, but that's how we met.
No,
So,
you tell it. You tell it, Jerome.
all right. So I was a GA or yeah, GA for one of our professors, and we had a meeting with the other GAs, and I don't know if we had to introduce ourselves, but I don't even know how would let us to have contact. But it was via group me, and
Yeah.
I don't even know if I reached out. No, you reached out to me and you asked me for some information based on I guess getting something done or whatever because you missed it. And I was like, it came off kind of smart, like too good. And I was like, what? She thought I was an a hole, and I was like,
Yeah,
nah.
he came
So,
off like a smart.
which is why I
And I
don't
was
like
like,
text.
okay. I was like, okay, are you gonna help me or not?
And I responded back, yeah. And I think when we first met in person, we addressed that, but it got worse in person. But no, it wasn't a smart text. But see, that's why I don't like texting because of the tone it can be misinterpreted.
Yeah.
But
And guys, Jerome has the most interesting texting tone ever. Like I'll be like, "Good morning!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! How are you? Or something. He's like, "Good." You, good. Period. You question mark. He's very into the periods, which is good. Good with punctuation. But sometimes his tone on the text, I'm like, is he upset? That's
half the
where I
time,
fall into overthinking. I don't think
not
it
even
anymore though. I understand him now.
99% of the time, I'm not upset at all. But see, that's something. This is a good, like I said, you getting to know us. I prefer not to text. I actually text very professional. Some people would say I don't text talk. Like I've gotten her a lot of times. Like I don't understand what you're saying because it's like very grammatically. It's just text talk. But so that's one thing about me. One thing to know. I prefer not to text because of the tone, and two, I kind of text very professional. A lot of people say that. But yeah, that was the first strike for me and her. I came off smart. Then the second strike, we finally met in person because during the time we was getting our masters, it was like towards COVID, the height of COVID, so we weren't able to attend class in person, etc. So when we finally met in person, we had a conversation, but towards the end of the conversation, I I said, you didn't look what you don't look like what I thought you looked like on GroupMe." She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You just don't look like it." So long story short, I thought she was a catfish, and
Yeah, no
you know,
explanation, no nothing. And then
uh,
he's like, no, not a catfish in a bad way, but like, I don't know, I just thought you were taller. Or, and I'm like, is this man telling me I'm ugly in person? Like, what's happening right now?
yeah.
So yeah, it was rather confusing.
Yeah, so that was strike two. I didn't make it to strike three, but yeah, that was strike two. But after that, we found out we had a lot in common. I had a great car. She had a great car. She used to ride with a seat. I used to ride with a seat. We was
Yeah,
only both only childs. Like it was very interesting. Uh, what would you say is
yeah.
the most interesting thing about how we first met and us getting to know each other back then?
I think that's the most interesting part because in the beginning, I generally thought like we would not connect. Like, I thought we were just like not like amicable people in a way. Like I thought he was cool, but I kind of just gave me this vibe of somebody who just kind of like picks at you, and it's just like kind of. It sounds like, nope, I'm not gonna get bullied over here. But actually, no, he's not a bully. He's very kind, and I think it's actually cool when you meet someone and your impression of them isn't like, wow, they're amazing, because that's like usually those are the relationships that last the longest. Like you meet someone and you're kind of like, I don't know, and then you get to know them on a deeper level, and it's like, okay, this person's quite interesting.
Yeah, and to that point, I think the more and more we started to see each other in person, which changed the interactions, that's when we start to see, oh, we actually have a lot in common as far as like how we learn, how we process things, how we observe things.
Hmm.
And her work ethic stood out to me. And I was like, oh, I want to work with that person. But I'll let you chime in before we get into like, going back and forth, getting to know each other.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, our master's program went by so fast. It kind of almost feels like a blur now because we did so much in like a year and a half. We had so many classes, we had so many projects, so many things to do. I know Jerome and I got sushi a bunch of times. That was great. We found like a really good sushi spot in Buckhead right next to our campus. So after like a long class, we'd go and eat sushi and like break down our work and what we need to do. So I think those moments were all very like good for us to understand each other's like goals and work habit more to eventually lead us to even speaking about wanting this common vision around a global consulting company and ended up starting it together. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
Hmm. So when you first met me in person, what was your first reaction?
I, I was just like, to be honest, I was just appalled that he called me a catfish. Like, I've never been called that, and I was so confused. Like, and I'm like, do you know me? So that my first reaction, to be honest, was like, just like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
But then after, as we get to know each other, my impression is like, wow, we're super similar. Like, we had a lot of similarities, and I really appreciated learning about his background and his upbringing. I could see he really cares for his family, the people in his life, and he's very driven in his work. Um, and also with the creative industry within film, He's really talented in film,
Thank
so it's really cool to like learn about the films that he's made, read some of his screenwrites, brainstorm ideas. So yeah.
you. Okay. Tell the audience a couple of things they may not know, they won't know about you. Like, just start off with five things. It could be
I'm
anything.
left-handed.
You
I'm
left-handed?
left-handed, I guess. Yes.
I'm left-handed too. I don't think I've known that as long as
Oh,
I've known you.
yes, we do know that because we're both left-handed. So left-handed. What else is interesting about me? I don't know. I don't feel like I'm very interesting. I'm just another human being, you know, very existing.
What do they know you
Um,
though? They need to get to know you. Tell them, come on now.
I guess I'm kind of shy. Huh. One thing about me, well, I really love nature and the beach, so that's what brings me to places like these. Um, I like calm vibes. I love languages. I speak five of them, and I'm always open to learning more. Um, I'm originally Algerian, so it's the biggest country in Africa, but no one ever knows where it is when I say I'm from there. So, America, please read up on your geography. So, I love my home, but I grew up mostly here in the States, well, there in the States. And yeah, I, I think like my journey landed me here to Thailand somehow, which was kind of unexpected, but has been like a beautiful chapter of my life. And yeah, I really enjoy living here. How about you, Jerome? What are some things about you?
I'm a Gemini. You know, we are the best in the world.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Geminis. I'm also left-handed. What else? Uh, I love sports. I love basketball. I love football, not actual football, but football, golf. What else? My favorite all-time basketball player is the late great Kobe Bryant. I
Rest
love
in peace.
traveling. Yes, rest in peace. I love traveling. I'm vegetarian. Uh, I think a lot. I think a lot. Uh, I'm an artist. So I'm an artist and a businessman. So I'm globally connected gluten-free, and then I'm a film producer, screenwriter, film director. I also can act, but I specialize in production and screenwriting. And something interesting about me that most people won't know is that I love live musical performances with instruments, such as live bands, live with instruments being played, such as violin, drums, etc. Yeah, so that's a bit about myself.
Yeah, live orchestras and live bands are so cool. You should tell the audience more about your films because it's quite interesting and the films that you've written to, and maybe we'll even add the drop link to one of Jerome's films to check out. It's very interesting.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a documentary that I did 4 years ago, and it talks about my upbringings in my hometown, and how making it out, what that meant to me, etc. And it's on YouTube. I'll drop the link for that. And aside from that, I have a short film that I was supposed to release last year, but some complications got in the way that was out of my control. But that's going to be releasing very soon, actually, within the next month. So you guys heard it here first. And then I have like 7 projects that is done that I'm going to release very soon as well. And then I have a playwright that I wrote that will probably be releasing end of this year, next year sometime. But long story short, I have 9 projects that's done. I just haven't released them to the public yet. And
Yeah, but definitely check out his documentary. It's very cool.
yeah, it was like a therapy session, man, because everybody got humble beginnings and like a story to tell. I just think for me, God was like, I finally got something off my chest for 25 years that I was dealing with. Because, if you could relate, please chime in, Gigi. But just me growing up and just finally leaving a place that was near and dear to my heart and just finally making it out. But being in an environment like I can remember being in Philadelphia, I'm at a conference around professional people in a professional setting talking about monumental topics, but I'm still thinking about what happened, where I came from. Like, no, I need
Mhm.
to address that. So the documentary was a very therapeutic session for me because I had peace with finally leaving that in the past. I don't forget about it, but I can finally say, "Oh, this is addressed now," you know. So yeah, the
Mhm.
documentary is very special to me. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna drop the link for you to check it out. It's called "Leaving It Behind," and yes, that's a classic. You know, a lot of people gave me great feedback, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's that on that. And
Mhm.
thank you for giving me the acknowledgement on the films. I appreciate it. But yeah, we just getting started, man. But yeah, I just want you to talk more about yourself, man. I don't want to dominate the conversation. You, because you're a very interesting person with a good heart, and you know, you just gotta tell the people about you, man. Come on.
Okay, but before, let me just start and say that actually, yeah, please check out that documentary. And I had the opportunity to actually go to Jerome's hometown with him. Um, so we went on a trip to Savannah, Georgia, with Abdul as well, our business partner, who's really awesome. We hope you guys can meet him sometime soon too.
Go.
Um, yeah, shout out Abdul, working on a very cool software right now. So we'll
That's
definitely share
about.
more to with you guys on that too. But yeah, we went Abdul, me and Jerome to Jerome's hometown, and we walked around Savannah. We saw all the places that Jerome went to growing up as a kid. We went to his grandma's house, may she rest in peace. So, we really toured all around and got the full story of his upbringing too, and like ran into his cousins and uncles, and they're like dapping him up, and they're like, "We're so proud of you." So it's really amazing to see like the positive impact that he's had on his community and where he came from and how it shaped him to be today. So yeah, very inspirational.
Yeah, that was a beautiful. Thank you. That was a beautiful day. It meant a lot, and you know, I took her around my grandma's house. I got emotional, man, because that's where my father was murdered at. But you know, just the story, like a lot of people who I know close didn't make it out, and
Yeah,
it's just very special, man. Just the things that God has allowed me to be able to accomplish, experience meeting people such as you, Abdul, who don't come from that background. Like God has really allowed me to be the eyes. You know, I'm in French speaking countries. Like listening to y'all talk French, sometimes I speak French. Like people who come from where I come from don't get to experience that at all. You know, make it off that street. So that's why I was very emotional in that time. But yeah, that was a beautiful day. One of the best moments of my life, actually.
yeah, no facts. It was really amazing, and I had a great coffee over there. That's one thing.
Only one is
Speaking
happening.
of that, you know what? You want me to talk more about me? That's something I'll tell y'all. I love coffee. Okay, I love an iced vanilla latte with oat milk. That is just my go-to, especially like a chocolate croissant. Mm, chef's kiss. Um,
She love fries too. Sick of she love fries.
yes,
You be
I
sick of
love French
fries.
fries. Well, okay, to be fair, the reason why he's so sick of my fry addiction is because when we were in Senegal, as a vegetarian, it was really hard to eat stuff. Like, I don't eat fish either, so the only options ever were like fries. So I was just eating fries on fries on fries. I do that a lot, I think, when I go to countries that don't have many vegetarian options. Like where I'm from, actually, to Algeria. I mean, the food is amazing, guys. I'll say Algerian food, I think, is like top there in like the world. So definitely, if you get a chance to try Algerian food, have it. Have some couscous, have some sharba, some burek, avon bifufel, like have it all. It's so so good. But a lot of it is meat based. When I eat at home with families, of course, they make like some veggie options. But other times, if I'm at a restaurant, I'll just get French fries or pizza,
Forgot
like
about the
little
pizza.
toddler food.
I forgot
Yeah,
about the pizza.
yeah. So I'd be eating toddler food, but yeah, so I'll get for real here and tell y'all a bit about me. So I'd say like I grew up in Algeria in a small village and very community driven. So grew up with a lot of community, family. Everyone takes care of each other. Um, but everybody knows about each other. Everybody is intertwined with each other. So um, I grew up there. My parents were both teachers, and then we immigrated to the U.S. when I was 6 years old through the green card lottery system, which is very lucky. And I always like, think about how grateful I am that that happened to me because it's such a rare occurrence, and it's like the reason I got to have the life that I have today. Because I'm sure my life would be totally different if I was in Algeria. And I love my country, and I love to go back and visit. And my goal is one day to also give back to my country and like build projects there and help out. Home can be a place where people can feel comfortable and like they can build a great future for themselves. It's hard when you don't feel that way and you see the rest of the globe and you're like, wow, I need to get out. So it's something that I like really appreciate, being able to move to the U.S., to be able to meet people like Jerome, like Abdul, to meet people of all backgrounds, to learn new languages, go to school. It's really a blessing. And yeah, now I found myself here in Thailand where you feel like the vibe around you is good. So US, it's kind of a scary vibe to be honest. Like there's just so much going on. But here it's such a chill. The word is sabai here. It's just a very chill sabai vibe.
That's beautiful. I'm always happy to hear her story and just her to open up and tell anybody about her story or just about herself in general. Beautiful. So, I want you to tell the people how many you speak 5 languages. Tell the people what languages are those, and do you mind saying something in 5 of those languages?
Oh God. All right. So I speak English. Hello. Arabic. عسلامة ولا مرحبا. أنا نحكي عربية تاع الجزائر صح. And then Amazigh. Okay, في راقية من الهضاس قبيلي تأكيد غاز تفهم مريوك. French. Ouais, maintenant je parle français. Um, and Spanish. Pues
Hola.
hablo español, pero no es perfecto.
Ah,
And yeah, so those are the 5 languages. I will not even say I speak Thai because I probably know like 10 words. So, um, but I appreciate being here in Thailand, but I'm struggling with the language honestly because, my friends speak English, a lot of people speak English, and I've gotten too comfortable, which is not a good thing.
that's all right, man. So, with all that being said, what type of person would you define yourself as?
Chill girl. If we can put the meme of the chill girl here. Yeah, I would say I'm chill. Like, I just take life kind of in the present is what I've been just learning more and more of. I like to appreciate the small things in life. I think that's the type of person I am. Like sitting by the beach, looking at the sun. It doesn't have to be too extreme, you know? Um, I'm adventurous. I like to travel. I'm going to Bali on Monday, so I'm
I'm
excited.
jealous. I'm jealous.
Next podcast, I'll be in Bali, so that'll be exciting. Um, and I love food. Here, I can talk about this. I love food, guys. Like, that's my happiness in life. Give me a good meal, a good dessert, a good drink. Oh my gosh, like, I'm happy. Like, a fresh coconut. Mm.
Remember the
So,
coconut we had in Senegal?
oh, do I? Of course I do. And the Sprite. Like, food is
Oh
the
my
core of
god, the
everything.
Sprite! I
We
don't
had
drink
so
Sprite
much
unless I'm
Sprite.
out of the country.
Yeah, Jerome and I both don't really drink like carbonated drinks, but we had some Sprite in Senegal. Let me tell you, that was the best Sprite of my life. So, yeah. How
Man,
about you, Jerome? Enough about me. I don't want to bore you guys with my sabai chill living. Like, let's get interesting because Jerome's got more of an active life, more, New York hustle and bustle. So, tell us about you and how you like to live your life.
kind of similar to you. Like, I would say, well, I operate off of three words: peace, joy, and positivity. Like that's my motto. That's my mantra. I'm kind of like not free spirit, but I'm just like I'm not 100% perfect, but I'm a positive person. I like to live a positive life, and I like to just surround myself around positive people. So I just like a level-headed, even keel lifestyle with nothing but positivity because I'm a pure person. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I like to live life as pure as it can get. So that's how I live my life. And everything I do, whether that's meditating, I journal every day. You know, I take time to myself, I check in on myself. So that's actually something I'll tell y'all. So I read this book last year called How to Be the Love You Seek. Highly recommended by Nicole LaPeria. And one thing she mentioned in the book was to do a daily conscious check-in on yourself. So I do every day at 11 a.m., 4 p.m., and 9 p.m. I do a daily
Oh,
conscious check-in of my mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual self. And that's interesting because I don't share that. So that's actually a fun fact about myself. And that's something I do. So I just like just being at peace. Long story short, man, I like doing that and just always being able to smile and just have a joyful time, you know, because I feel like in this short life that we are able to live upon earth, that's how life should be. And if you're not living your life like that, then you wasting your time. I pride and joy and fun is traveling, trying different cuisines of food, meeting people from different walks of life, you know, just being in environments, for example, where I don't know what's going on, I have to learn. I like being in those environments, whether I get frustrated or not. You know, I like being in those environments, and I like learning. That's probably the number one thing about me that most people don't know. I love to learn, and it could be something simple like just learning the language or just learning your story of being able to like not being able to leave your home country. Like I remember when I was in Dubai, we was talking to a lot of the locals, and they were just telling us their story about how they can't leave their home country, or they was brought to Dubai not even from their home country, but they trying to leave to identify their home country. See, I like learning like stuff about that. That right there is very interesting to me than like going to like a sports game or buying some clothes or something like that. So
yeah,
those are interesting facts about myself. I'm just very chill, man. Very chill and just jolly, you know. I love reading.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's a bit about myself.
yeah. Jerome is really chill and very self-reflective, which is cool.
Yeah, before we wrap up, what are a couple of more things you would like for us to share with the audience personally about ourselves? And then how can we tie that into our professional stuff, which is how we ultimately form the Business Globally Connected Group?
Yeah, so I think personally, we're both very inquisitive by nature and like problem solving by nature. And I think like resilience is a theme that we both share that we brought into the core culture of our company is like staying resilient and no matter what happens, and no matter what the challenge is, like being resilient enough to find a solution. And
Me, I would second that. I would basically say the last few things I would like you all to know about us is we're very selfless. You know, everything we do is not about us, and that's a personal trait. Um, and we really care about making an impact and doing something bigger than ourselves for others. Like our entire business is connecting as many people as we can in different countries worldwide for the common goal of being connected globally. You know, so the biggest thing I want to leave you all with is we're very selfless and we just want to leave behind an impact. That's it. You know, bigger than us. We want to leave the world better than we found it. Like I know the saying is I want
yeah,
to change the world. Now we want to actually leave the world better than we found it. And that is ultimately
definitely,
what Globally Connected Group is about.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think that's spot on. Like, we are the change we seek to see. So, we've identified the things that we see could use our help and where we can actually help. And we love to connect with like-minded people and people tackling different problems within society, within the world, and working together to reach pretty much the bettering of the human species and the impact we leave on this earth. So
We always hear, so drop your comments in the chat, like, the video, please
yeah,
subscribe to our channel at GCG Worldwide, follow our LinkedIn page, our website, etc. And man, just continue to enjoy this ride with us. We hope you guys enjoy this episode, and we're looking forward to the next one, and just, continue to
yeah,
enjoy the ride with us.
absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'd love to learn about our audience too. So also let us know about you guys, who you are, what your interests are. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
we'd love to connect.
yeah, absolutely. Well, so thank you guys for another episode. We appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night.